Ah yes, Ezra gets attacked by animals part 1. Love to see it. Welcome back to Rebels Revisited. We are almost halfway through season 1. Where does the time go? Alright, let's get started. This is Out of Darkness Revisited. I had fun revisiting this one because for some reason this was like the one season 1 episode that I would always forget about. And I can't imagine why, because it's super character driven and I'm super into that. And it was fun because it felt like I was, you know, rediscovering this hidden gem. I love the way they quickly set up the main point of tension in the episode. Sabine is clearly having an issue with the secrecy surrounding Fulcrum and Hera's intel. She says, "Where, may I ask, does this intel come from?" And Hera says, "You may ask." And it's a clever line, and it immediately clues us into what's going on before they expand on it later. Also, hearing the voice distorted Fulcrum and like hearing them call Fulcrum him because they didn't know it was Ahsoka, like, it's so funny. Okay, throwback to the days of being absolute detectives in trying to find out who Fulcrum was. Okay, my brother and I, we went nuts. We heard the Ahsoka theory, we went nuts, and we actually ended up like finding evidence by finding out something like the voice actor in the French dub was like credited as Ahsoka or something. I don't know, it was something crazy like that. But yeah, we actually like found some kind of evidence that Fulcrum was Ahsoka, and we were so excited to like wait and see if we were right or not. Anyway, I love how this episode shows a bunch of different relationships that exist within the Ghost Crew, like Kanan and Hera. This is some of the best casual Kanan and Hera content in the entire series. Oh, the space marriage of it all. Also, the part where Kanan says, "I didn't know your ship could do that," and Hera says, "You don't know everything about my ship," and she's like standing like that, and Kanan makes that face. And there are so many jokes that I could make right now, but I'm classier than that. Anyway, I love children's programming. It also shows more of the brotherly relationship between Ezra and Zeb. They're joking around and fighting again, but it's so much more comfortable and familial than it was in Fight or Flight, or the beginning of Fight or Flight anyway. And also it's fun to see what they get up to with no supervision. The rock music touch was fun, and also I have to thank this episode for the introduction of space waffles. If you've been following me for a long time, then you'll remember the days when "holy space waffles" was a very common phrase of mine, and it is slowly making its way back into my vernacular because I love to act like a cringy middle schooler apparently. And of course, the Sabine and Hera relationship. That's the focus of the episode, so let's have a little chit chat about them. It is so interesting to me that Sabine is finding herself facing the same problem in the rebellion that she faced in the Imperial Academy. She's expected to trust blindly. And here's another instance of a character's trauma affecting how they react to their current life. Sabine describes her time at the Imperial Academy as a nightmare. It left its mark on her. Now she's recognizing feelings in her current life that she felt during that clearly traumatic time. It must feel emotionally claustrophobic, inescapable, you know? Like, she wanted to leave the Empire to escape certain feelings and experiences, and now she can't even be sure that she escaped to something that is actually different. And of course the rebellion is different, but Sabine's experiences have left her with trust issues, so she can't just trust the rebellion 100%. Not yet, anyway. The other interesting thing about Sabine's trust issues is that she doesn't trust that her team trusts her. And there's insecurity there, just like we see with Ezra and Kanan, but like a different kind. So there are definitely lots of common threads running through different parts of the series, showing different ways that these concepts manifest, right? Kind of dig that. I really love the conversation that Sabine and Hera have in this episode. It shows exactly how these two characters think. Hera is a big picture person. She understands and has always understood that there is a greater cause that she's fighting for. She's always been one to see the forest for the trees. Sabine has trouble grasping the bigger picture. It all comes down to faith. Hera is extremely reliant on faith and faith in the cause, while Sabine has trouble with that because she was hurt when she put faith in the Empire. So it's an inevitable point of tension for them, and I really like that they took a whole episode to expand on that. Then, of course, the fear knocks. Putting Sabine and Hera in that situation forced them into trusting each other. It was an immediate answer to Sabine's dilemma. It showed her that she can put trust in Hera and her crew, and things will actually turn out all right. The episode's ultimate resolution of this is really great, I think. Hera says, "Do you think you can trust me?" Sabine says, "I think I can try." And her hesitation to commit fully to trust is so realistic. The episode's events could have logically led to an ending where Sabine says, "Yes, I can trust you," but that's not realistic. Her trust issues are rooted deep, and she can't just get over them just like that. She's not going to be all in on putting 100% of her faith in Hera and the rebellion when there are still secrets being kept. But after that day, she's more inclined to trust Hera than to not. When she says she'll try, it's a genuine try. It's not a substitute for can't, like it is cautioned against in Yoda's famous quote. It's proof of progress. It's proof that her arc is unfinished and she still has a ways to go. It's just solid character work. I really like this episode. I love to get to see Hera and Sabine split off from the rest of the group, and I love seeing their characters expanded on as well as their relationship expanded on. That's all for this installment. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you always.